Good morning. This is Dr. K. I would like to talk to you about the annotated bibliography. As in many classes, we often have two objectives when we're moving through the class, and we try to relate things, but that can be confusing. So you have been assigned one tool or technique, but you will be using this for two different assignments. The first assignment is the annotated bibliography. That is a research paper that you do on your tool or technique. The other one is a presentation that you do in VoiceThread. The focus of the two assignments is different. The annotated bibliography is all about finding researchers who use the tool, explaining how they used it, and comparing and contrasting their views. So, although we're talking about how was it used, how was it applied, what are the advantages, disadvantages, etc., for both of them, it's a little bit different than the tool presentation. The tool presentation that you're doing in VoiceThread is showing that you can apply the tool and teaching your classmates how and when to use the tool in quality management. The deliverables are different. For the annotated bibliography paper, in week 3, you're submitting a draft of the paper, and in week 4, you're actually submitting the paper. We're looking for about 8 to 10 pages in length, and that would be double-spaced. However, for the tool presentation, that is a VoiceThread presentation, 15 minutes in length, and you are assigned to present in either week 3, week 4, week 5, or week 6, and also expected to comment on your peer presentations. So what tools are you expected to use? For both of these assignments, we expect you to use the textbooks. We expect you to look at SuperSearch and find other people who have used your tool and technique in a research project. We expect that you'll use Google Scholar, perhaps to look for other sources of articles, or to look to establish credibility for the paper that you're working on. And finally, the question is, should I use the internet? There's so much out there. Yes, there's so much out there, but so much of it was plagiarized from other places, and it's very difficult to understand whether or not that's true. So be very careful about using the internet. If you do so, make sure you document every site that you went to and information that you used from those sites. In terms of tools, this is not the first time that you've seen an annotated bibliography assignment. This was one of the skills that you learned in PRM613 so that you could practice it and use it effectively in other classes. One of the tools available from PRM613 was the source analysis table, and the purpose of that table is to help you quickly and accurately analyze the article, evaluate the credibility of the source, and explain the relevance of this particular source to your paper. Another tool that you might find useful that you learned about perhaps for the first time in PRM613 is a concept map. A concept map is simply a way of organizing the information as you find it, and then summarizing the information that you actually used in your paper. Now, do you need to put the source table or the concept map in your paper? It is best practice to do so, but it is not necessary. Because these tools and techniques may have changed since you were in the PRM613 class, what I've done is gone into the resources section, which is below week 8, and put in a PRM613 section that gives you the concept map and the source analysis table templates for the things that you need. The other tools and techniques from 611 that you'll want to use are using in-text citations. Every time that you are writing something that is not your original idea, every paragraph, every sentence, you need to give us an in-text citation to say whose original idea that was, or who you're basing it on. You also learned how to correctly format a reference page listing and to correctly format and compose an annotated bibliography entry. Those are skills that you now get to demonstrate your mastery in this course. Also, you'll be structuring papers with a good introduction, a body, a conclusion, and using headings to guide your reader. Other skills that you should have mastered by this point. And finally, using signal phrases like according to the author or according to, and other good signal phrases. These are just basic graduate level writing and critical thinking skills that you will now be able to demonstrate in this class. So what about grading? Are you going to be graded as if this is a writing skills class? Nope. PRM613 is not a writing skills class. We expect that you already have competency in writing and using APA skills. We see the way that you present the information or your writing skills as only one measure of quality of your paper. And as with any graduate level writing, you need to show evidence that you've revised your paper to a polished state. So while writing skills and critical thinking are very important parts, they aren't the major grading focus. What we really want to see is, can you focus on project management, not on operations? Can you focus on the quality management processes specifically? Because that's what we're learning about in this class. And can you tie the information from your sources back to those quality management processes? Also, can you focus on the way this tool is used in quality management and compare it to other tools that may or may not have been used for getting to the same process? So what are some problems that you might have run into? One big issue is finding articles about your tool or technique. There are so many different things that these are called, and when you read through articles, you could really dredge through articles and not get the information you need. It's important that you check the methodology section. When they talk about how they used your particular tool or technique, they may explain why they use this and why they used it instead of a different one. And that's a very important element. If you're not really seeing your tool or technique explained in the methodology section, it's probably not the right paper for you, so go find a different one. If you don't understand the application in the article, for example, if they're talking about childbirth and using Ishikawa diagrams for midwives, and you know nothing about that topic, I would not say to use an article that you don't understand, because it will make it more difficult for you to really explain how they use the tool or technique in a way that was effective. So I do think this is a tough paper. I do think that you are going to have tons of questions. I need you to have those questions during week 3, not during week 6 or 7 or 8, because we have other things that we're doing in those weeks that are much more important. So we need to get this assignment nailed and out of your hair so that you can move on. Mondays at 8 p.m. we have our synchronous session. We also I am always open. I'm waiting for you to give me your questions, your concerns, and your attempts so that I can give you feedback. Submit that week 3 draft anytime during the week. I will give you feedback. You can resubmit as many times as you want during week 3. Also, you can email me anytime. I will try to get back to you within 24 hours. Typically, I do that. If there's something special going on, it might be 48, but that's unusual. So, as you can see, my waiting room is right here, waiting for you. I look forward to hearing from you.